All right, let's give all the films another round of applause. And if you're a filmmaker, a cast and crew, come on down to the bottom of the stage here. Got a little bit of time left for Q&A and getting a chance to meet them. And let's see, so I guess we'll call to the stage Died, 5 years, Takeout, Case 69, and Memory 317. And you guys can get up and take a stretch break. It'll take them a few seconds to get down, too. By the way, right now we're having our red carpet event outside, so that's why I want to get you guys out there. We got a brand new banner with a lot of new sponsors that have supported Asians on Film, and also a reception with free food. Sponsors of Lee's. Go ahead, sit down, guys, if you all can fit, or maybe stand behind. So you'll stand and sit. It don't matter. Well, I guess we can pass the mic. We'll start with Died, Ramel. Yep, there you are. Okay. I have some questions myself, but we can, I guess, raise our hands in Q&A, and I'll run up to you. But I guess one of my questions was, how did you stage the car scene? It was perfectly quiet. Was it really outdoors, or was it an indoor scene with lighting?
Yeah, it was outside. It was just right outside my garage.
It was completely quiet.
Yeah. So the scene took place in different places, so she was just kind of looking out to nothing.
Okay. And of course, as actors and filmmakers, directors, and producers, sometimes there's power in dialogue, and then sometimes there's even more power without dialogue. So you had very minimal dialogue, even a forefront dialogue. You just kind of had voices. What was the reasoning behind that?
I just kind of wanted to, usually when I was directed films, I used a lot of dialogue, and I just kind of wanted to try it out and challenge myself and try to have minimal dialogue.
It turned out well. And is Gino and Melissa here?
No, Melissa's filming a web series right now.
That's right. Yeah, Melissa is one of the actors with Asians on Film that Scott represents. So we wished her well. So any questions for Ramel of Died? Good job, Ramel. All right, thanks. Cool. All right, let's give Ramel a hand, everybody. Howard, where's Howard? There we go. Okay. Howard of 5 years. And speaking of outdoor shoots, my question that I had was, were there any challenges for the outdoor shoots? It looked perfect, that everyone was kind of just walking away from you guys, or was it just kind of like back in student projects when they see a film set and a film group, everyone gets out of the way? Did you have permits for it, did you?
It was like a public festival that was going on.
Oh, okay.
So
cool.
For me, I kind of just looked for an open spot and told my actor and actresses just go there and walk towards me.
Yeah, I like the near and far angles that you had.
So I kind of looked
for
good
like colors too, by the way.
Thank you.
The night scene, kind of same thing with Ramel. Was that staged, or was it really the crickets that were so like real?
No, I added that in.
Okay, no, that's totally fine. I mean, I fell for it, but you know that's kind of what we do in our courses. We kind of critique and take a look at it. So what kind of came up with the concept of this?
I would say I kind of based a lot of it kind of on my own personal feelings and kind of things that I went through in my life too, as far as...
Was it 5 years, the timeline for you personally too?
Coincidentally, it was like
when
I wrote it.
When
I wrote it, I didn't intend for it to be, but it just happened to be. It was.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Well, Howard, Lou, of 5 years, any questions before we give him a round of applause? I have a question. Yeah, Tyler, go ahead, give him the mic so we can get him on the video recording.
It looked like you had a crane shot at one point. Did you have a crane, or did you replicate that somehow?
Yeah, we actually used the jib for that shot. Yeah.
Cool. Well, Howard Liu of 5 years, everybody. Howard. Jonathan Lee or Justin Long. Okay, all the way down there. Of Takeout. Remember the girls? It's Balanda.
And this is Olivia Ogama.
I was going to say, where's Molly and
Hi.
Olivia? Oh, look at that. I know that face. Okay. Olivia, I guess you can answer this. You know, we've got to do takes. We got a slate, etc. How much did you really have to eat for this? You were going to town.
We were really hungry.
Yeah, did they say like
Yeah.
don't eat the night before?
No, we
don't
were
eat the morning
we were
of?
like we did it in one day, we only had one day that everyone was free, and we were like taking breaks to kind of check in on what was happening with the Tony Awards. But I remember being really hungry.
And
Like,
that was
I
a really
actually
heavy
really
box of
hungry.
lo mein that were like.
Yeah, there was a lot. That
Like-
was actually how much they sent, right? It was
Jeez.
like yeah. So, yeah.
This and I guess since it's on you, my specific observation was your hair was wet for most of the scenes. Was that intentional as a director's, or was that your look?
We were really sweaty because the lights were really hot.
See, we observe these things, and it's
I
kind
was-
of natural human
it was
nature.
really hot in general, and then
When
it
did you
was,
film this?
Yeah, just like on a during summer.
It was during
During-
the
oh,
summer.
okay.
I think it was in June, right? Because the Tonys were on.
Here in-
also,
okay,
like
here
we
in LA?
had no in New York, and we had
Oh, gosh.
lights. So we also had lights,
Right.
and they kept being like, "You're too shiny, you're too shiny."
And then you were sitting, which
Yeah,
when you got to
so-
be still. And
My hair was
the way you held the chopsticks, was that a direction?
I've known them for a long time. We actually, me and him met doing a production of Miss Saigon like 5 years ago.
Okay.
That's how I actually
You
use
really hold
chopsticks.
it like that.
And my father is actually a sushi chef, so all that was real.
I
Like
was
that's how I
talking-
use them, and it's everyone makes fun of me. My dad's a sushi chef, and I don't use them.
You know, when I was
correctly.
looking at it, it actually scoops much more.
Yeah,
So I
you know,
totally agree
it's
with
like
you.
really-
Do we have questions for Jonathan and Justin now, audience?
It was a real ghost.
I know.
In case
Why did you add that kind of I guess comical side to it? Because it made me like, oh crap, it scared me, but it was fine, without it, but it was cool with it.
Well, we thought like when we came up with the idea, it was like, oh, what's the reason why there's hair? Let's just make it a ghost, 'cause that's funny.
Well, like, rule of threes, right? So, like, the first thing was, like, a strand of hair. Then we were like, what, like, is so dumb, like, to come
Right.
out of it next? Let's put a ponytail
How
in.
obnoxious can
and
we
then
get?
we're like, well, it can't just be, like, more hair. So, like, we just thought it would be really funny if it was a ghost.
4 foot long ponytail, and then the ghost, right? Well, let's hear it for Jonathan, Justin, and Olivia of Takeout. Case File 6-9, the gritty detective of Tyler Pam Hong. Black and white noir, huh? And what was that a direction, or was that your thought, or did it cross the cutting board or make the cutting board?
Well, a few of us, when we had started the writing process on the Friday, because it starts Friday night, and then you have Saturday and Sunday and a little bit of Monday to complete it. We had started with the idea of doing a film noir. That was that was our inspiration. And then as more of the team got together and the writing process or the brainstorming process continued, the idea of a porn came up. So we merged the two ideas together, and we made a film noir porn. I don't know if you can elaborate more on that.
And introduce.
This is Samia, the director of and cinematographer. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what actually took place was that like everyone had decided that we were going to do some sort of like film noir thing, and Gabe, who was another writer, and he couldn't be here tonight, but he and I were on our way back from work over to Tyler's, and literally walked in the door, and we were like, let's turn it into a porno. So,
What was the name before?
before it was Case File 69?
Yeah.
Because
Because,
I don't think
69, of course, is the reference, but like, was it like Case File 15 and then let's make it perverted and called
No.
69?
No, I think it, like, I mean, we kind of developed the script before we kind of named it.
I like it when it happens like that, right?
Because, yeah, I mean, that's
Cool.
kind of.
It's running. It's so fast that everything's happening so fast that the elements just come together as it comes together. I forget when the name came in, but it may have been later in the process, because that generally happens with.
I
just
like
kinda
the
throwing
break
it
in
all
filming,
together.
how it ended, and boom, then it's like, all right, get in your sex positions. Any questions? And on that note, awkward. Help me ask a question. But any questions for Case File 6-9? Okay, let's give Tyler and Sam a big hand. And then finally, Michael Tang of Memory 317, a really dark kind of film. What was the concept behind this? Memories. You're kind of doing kind of a different genre here. Tell us about the concept.
I'm a really big fan of sci-fi, and I grew up watching like Terminator 2, Total Recall, and I was always intrigued with the concept of memories. So I wanted to make a sci-fi film about memories, and then the trailer for Interstellar came out. It was about leaving Earth and finding other habitable worlds. So I was just thinking, what if, centuries later, we're on this other world, this other planet, but then, how will we perceive Earth? Like, will we miss Earth?
You have to correct me if I'm wrong, but was 317 used in the actual script? Because I know another number was used, but
Oh, yeah.
did she say you gave me? Because she said you gave me memory
like
a pill-
186 or something.
Right,
Yeah.
but she didn't say.
So that was the first memory of the guy typing
Right,
on the
right.
computer,
Mhm.
but then the second memory of the girl was 317.
You know what I found? Like with memory, you can be so kind of visual, but it was very simple. Your scenes, your costuming, your lighting was very simple. Did you do that intentionally?
Yeah, it's just me and my friend working on it, so we didn't really have like much to work with. And
Okay, so
yeah.
it was more of a kind of
Or
a
limitations.
overhead.
yeah.
What would you have done different if you did have a larger budget, if you will?
Probably some special effects,
Okay,
maybe.
effect, yeah.
Flying cars or whatever.
Good, flying cars.
Yeah.
You gave me the memory pill of the flying car.
Yeah.
Okay, any questions for Michael and Memory 317? Well, let's give all the projects up here a round of applause. And we'd like to sincerely thank you guys. Congrats on all your awards and nominations. Keep on filming, keep on collaborating. We also like to thank Asian Americans Film Labs and anybody else that supports, and also Asians on Film. Ladies and gentlemen, stick around if you can for our red carpet, and the reception is all the way down the hallway there. But my name is Stephen Chun. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you soon. Thanks again.